Welcome to Cosmic Comics, Games and Collectibles, your zen of geekism. We carry comics old and new, magazines, toys, games like Pokemon, Magic, D&D. Want Godzilla, Ultraman, Star Trek, Ninja Turtles, Funko Pops? You'll find it all here. Shop our Cosmic Sound Room and pick up a record or two. Enjoy our Comic Coffee Lounge with a cup of Sasquatch coffee or a delicious menu item while geeking out over a super cool movie on our big screen. Come by and say hello to Maui. Cosmic Comic, Games and Collectibles. Superman loves us, and so will you.
Hey, that's not supposed to be there. And we're doing a few things on the fly here, and sometimes it doesn't quite work out the way it's supposed to. I was trying to play my son's fish game on the phone here so that I could pipe the sound of bubbles into the image of the life on Cora. And I don't think I actually got my video shared up here. And I was like, no, I'll just black it out and I'll be all black like that. And nobody will know that I'm sharing the screen. I'll just share the sound. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done. I click the thing again and I start playing the videos, and then the video's gone. And there I am. I'm like, did I do it or did I not do it? Anyway, that's how things are on a Sunday afternoon. We throw our schedule off kilter. I am RJ Carter, Senior Managing Editor here at criticalblast.com, and we are prepared to jump into another world. And it's a world not like anything you've seen before, unless you have, in which case you still haven't seen this world, because that's just the way things are when you're living life on Cora. And with us today, we have Mike, Jimmy. I'm not even going to try the rest.
Don't even try. My Jimmy is what works.
How are you doing today, man?
I'm at the end of my wits when it comes to everything, because I have been blown away this entire weekend. And yeah, this is the way this is going has been mind-blowing.
Like I said, you have been noticed now.
Oh, God, yeah.
and people are going to start wanting those back issues. They're like, what have I been missing out on?
Well, a lot.
And you know, I'm excited for you. I mean, it's not even my campaign. I'm like, oh, this is great. You're funded. You have been funded. Yeah. From day one now.
And some.
And I think that's a first too for Life on Cora, isn't it?
Yeah, this is, even though this is Life on Cora 4, this is only the second crowdfunder in the series. So the first two issues we paid out of our own pocket.
That's right. That's right. And the third issue was crowdfunded, but you were saying that within one day you're already over what the entire 60 to 90 days was with Live on Cora number 3. So congratulations there. We got Action in the chat. We have Action Toy Channel in the chat, to be specific. And Bristolian Dave. All right, me babbers. Glad to have you here, man. This is
always a pleasure, Dave.
From the from CG UK, and they're doing Twisted Fairy Tales, which we've had on here, which
I am in as well.
Yes, it's on my pull list. So you're a busy guy now. People are wanting you to work on their stuff.
Yeah, I'm having fun. I work a lot, and makes life worth living. So
yes, always have a reason to wake up, and you'll never die. Is my plan. It's like right now I'm so far behind. I'll never die. So the interesting thing about Life on Cora is that even though it's a sequential series, it's not like you can say, picking up where we left off last time.
No,
because every time the way the world is structured, it's all these different worldlets, so to speak. There's these continents. It's this like hollow bubble facing inward. There's a radiating core in the middle. Everything is disconnected. Nothing really, so far, has been able to interact across these continents. So it's a new adventure every time.
Yes.
And I know you've spoken before about how you don't spend a lot of time world building and saying, hey, here's everything you need to know. You put it all on one page. But the thing is, everybody does kind of know it because you do it contextually.
Yeah.
Just through this telling of the story, you don't have to say, here's how the world works. They see how the world works by reading the stories and following the characters.
And that's the best way to do it, in my opinion. There's no 10 pages every single issue explaining how, in every bloody detail, like, this is how the magic system works. This is how gravity works. No, you don't need that.
Yeah.
They're
the biggest thing that turns me off in a book, when I get a big fat fantasy book for review, if I open it up and there is a map or a glossary of terms, I'm like, no, if I have to learn this up front, put it in the back. Put it in the back and say, hey, look, there's the map. I can see where they went. Or, oh, here's all the glossary of terms. Yeah, I forgot that word. But if I have to know it up front, then you're not telling me in context the meaning of these words.
That's actually one that tends to bother me a little, but not that much. I like seeing the fantasy maps and the way that it made the writer think.
Oh yeah.
On how things went. But they're like, if there's the map, like, put in all the only put in the places that actually matter to the story. And currently I'm reading Wizard's First Rule by Terry Goodkind, which is a series that you can see the pile of books over there on my couch. Yeah, that's only a third of the whole series. I got the entire series from a friend of mine, and I'm going to be here for a while because I'm on book 1 and there's 13.
Oh, you know what I do is I get them in PDF, and then I have my voice to my speech to text software read it for me.
I'd go mad. I need to hold that thing and get involved in it.
I used to do that, but it's like, with so much with video work and review work and now the packaging and everything, like I get a few minutes to actually read something. I'm like, I'm too exhausted to read. That's bad.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, usually I'll wake up with my book still in my hands.
Yes.
So there's been quite a few times where I lost my page thanks to that, because my alarm would go off and my book would fly off.
Yes.
But yeah, no, the 15, 20, 30 minutes before I go to bed, just reading and then, having the set goal of going to bed and sleep, just means that I let go of everything and sleep. Doesn't mean that I'll sleep very rested, but, like the last weekend, because, man, I have the feeling like there's
You need some Red Bull.
Oh, I need coffee made with Red Bull. I swear to God.
Yeah. Hey, that's a. Do they make that?
No, I hope they don't, because Red Bull is awful.
Yeah, well, I've had it once. It tasted like cough syrup to me.
Yeah, exactly.
But if they could make it taste like coffee, just add some coffee to it. That might be working. Hey, Captain Hipster Spock is in the chat.
Welcome.
Keep calm, live long, and prosper. Glad to have you guys here. So let's take a look at this very, very awesome stream. Look at this. You are 347% funded after 1 day. 29
after
days
one
left.
day. Yeah.
So that's got to get people excited and noticing this one. They're like, where'd this come from?
I have been number one on trending comics since launch.
Oh, that's great.
So, like, I checked the Google Analytics, and there hasn't been a single moment where the number dropped to 0 people watching.
So
it's getting attention.
That's excellent. That's very cool. You got a video on this one, and I'm going to, as I said, I'm hooked up directly to the router now. So, folks, if you've seen me play videos before, we've had a frame rate issue. We're going to see if that's solved this time. So, cross your fingers with us, and pray to that great pink.
We got this, and otherwise I can.
Pray to that great pink pixie in the sky, as Baldric once said to Blackadder. And we'll see if this works. So far, I'm unimpressed.
Yeah. You're muted.
Thank you. How did that look on your end? Because it played okay on my end, but that means nothing.
It was decent enough.
Okay.
Nothing got skipped. So
Okay, that tells me it's still choppy.
yeah, a bit.
I probably have to have a higher end processor on the machine, and either that or it's just StreamYard's software.
Yeah, StreamYard tends to be very, very heavy on a PC. It doesn't matter if it's a laptop or a PC. You know, even Google Chrome has issues with it while it's made for Google Chrome. So
And that's what I'm running it on.
yeah, it's
the best way to play videos is to download them, load them up to StreamYard, and play them directly through there. So that may be what I just have to do. Maybe I'll just start. If I start putting prep work into these things, I'll just steal your videos and
that works.
Play them from my StreamYards, and then we'll go back to the campaign. Why didn't I think of that before? Because it's work. It takes effort on my end, and as you can see, I put as minimal effort into these things as possible. Yes, Bristolian Dave, you are absolutely correct. By the way, Mike
Thanks, man.
definitely deserves every bit of this, and he is one of the nicest guys you're going to meet in indie comics. Next to the Bargain Bin Boys, of course. The Bargain Bin Boys.
Oh yeah, they are really, really cool guys. I'll definitely admit that.
So, tell us about this particular world of Cora. I mean, you know, this world. I call them worldlets because each one is like this little, its own thing.
They're their own thing, and that is exactly the point of the series, to explore this world together with the reader. So you have the core, and you have continents that orbit it, and then there's the single cloud that gives water to everything.
Right.
And on this special, very improbable world, life flourished. And so in this issue, we follow the Mysius, who actually live in the waters of Drus, the continent that we've been following for the last 3 issues as well. And they have a very, very strict society, where the only thing that matters for society is your inner talent. And everything gets dictated about your life with your inner talent. So Calais, the main character, is a trader and a gem collector. He doesn't like that. He doesn't want to be those things. He thinks he's more than that, and he is. You know, he is a sentient being with his own needs and wants. But to society, that's all that matters. And so he gets bullied for it because he doesn't feel like he belongs. And he gets sent on an errand to find a very special little gem. And underway, he learns a valuable lesson about what he is, what he could be, and what it would take to achieve that.
So here we've got the world of Cora. This is your first page all the time, minus the text. But I heard you say that we've been on the same continent all 3 issues so far.
Yes.
So we've really just scratched the surface of these. Yep. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 continents. One huge continent, and then 6 smaller ones.
Yeah. we're going to move to different continents very soon. But for now, like, this is what we've got. And it's fun to explore just one alone because, there's so much diversity and these are not like small little, biospheres. They're, nearly planet-sized on their own.
Yeah.
So there's plenty to explore, even though the environment stays roughly the same. And
So I'm looking at the screen, pointing at it like y'all can see me just where I'm pointing it here. This segment right here. Now, is this the cloud that moves around?
yes,
Okay, because I can see it. It's striking lightning against this tiny little continent here, if that's a continent.
yeah, that's a continent.
Okay. And it's raining down on it, but it's going to move around the core, and it's going to rain on this one, then rain on these, and it's just kind of a rotating cloud.
Yeah, and so there's 6 seasons on with the way it orbits, and these are things that you don't see in the comic itself, but they are in the world building essays that I've written so far. But because of the way and the places where it actually hits on the continents. Hold on, someone is knocking at my door.
Well, I will take you off video while you're having your door checked there. We don't want to have any surprises on stream. While he's doing that, we'll take a look at the featured tier. This is the Cora Deep Dive. This is, all the issues and all the variants of issue number 4. So there are going to be, I said all the variants of issue number 4. There is issue number 4 physical, Life on Cora for the variant copy, and then there will come physical copies of issues 1, 2, and 3. So this is truly a catch-up tier where you'll get one copy of each of them, everything that's gone before, and then you will get the variant copy of Life on Cora 4 as well. We're going to take a look at that. I don't know which covers you're going to get of 1, 2, and 3, because I do know when we had Mike Jimmy on here last time for Life on Cora 3, there were variant covers of that book, and one of them was a very cool Silver Surfer send-off, little homage piece. It'd be nice to see if that's still available. And then you can also do this digitally, by the way. I know a lot of people out there are digital fans, are read digital by necessity. You can get all 4 issues of Life on Cora for only $12 US. So that is $3 a piece. $3 for a PDF digital book is a steal. So definitely jump in on that. The book itself, if this is what you're looking for, is $12 US. I don't know what the shipping is yet. But let us see. I should know what the shipping is. I think we're kind of helping out on that. Shh, don't tell anybody. But if I were to say that I was in the United States, then, oh, look at that. The shipping in the United States is only going to be $10. I have no idea how he pulled that off. And you're back. I took you off the screen because I didn't know if somebody was going to, if you were getting a nude singing telegram or something.
Oh, no. It's my neighbor's kid needed a piece of paper. And they know that I'm an artist.
Go ask the artist for a piece of paper.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, did you say, it's like, these are tools for me. These are important things. We were just going over the different tiers, and we were looking at the shipping for people who wanted to get it shipped to the United States. Saw that you have very cheap shipping.
Yes. I wonder how.
I have no idea, but I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see it.
It's because they're really light books. I mean, they're floppies. They're A4 floppies, but they're still floppies. And so I could put 150 in a single box, and then still have space to spare for goodies and everything. So
excellent.
And at that point, I'm spending literal pennies on every copy sent.
Yep, that's how we work it. Stupendous 989 looks like a great book. It is a great book.
Thank you.
I have read issue number 3 and was really impressed by the layers of meaning that were thrown on here in Octaz Climbs. That was the title of number 3. And thank you, by the way, too, for your membership to the channel. Appreciate that. YouTube keeps reminding me about that. I guess I have to click on something to highlight that and let you know that we thank you. Maybe I've got to do that from the YouTube stream itself, but I'm trying to do it here. COVID Kev got his digital copy, so
yeah, thank you. You unlocked the first backer goal. You're awesome.
And I think that we
1 sec. Sorry. Oh God.
and I think we had our first attempt at trying to use one of the emojis here, but I don't know that it worked very well because all I see is text. But if you see emoji, great. I'm glad to see that happens in the chat. I will have to play it back and see how that emoji came out because all it is our little circle badge thing. Yes, this is the life of an artist. You are a person who has paper and everyone knows it. And speaking of paper, this is the most boring thing in the world. I went to Walmart and bought paper. And why did I buy paper? Because my landlady's like, I have a printer. You can connect to my printer when you got to print something. I'm like, no, you're thinking of like 3 days ago when I said I had 3 sheets of paper to print out for my tax refunds and stuff. I was like, but I'm going to be printing out like packing lists for all your stuff. So when we ship something, and if you get it in the bag, you're going to know what got shipped, obviously. But also when you open it and open that Gemini mailer, the first thing you're going to see is a piece of paper that's going to say, hello, your name. Here is everything you ordered. And it's going to list it down. And it's going to thank you. And, it's a packing list. And you make sure that it helps us make sure that everything you ordered went in that box. So it's a checklist. And, if I'm printing off hundreds and hundreds of those, when I get paid, Mike, I'll be catching up on the physical tier. That's what Bristolian Dave is passing along.
Dave, you're the best. Seriously.
And Captain Hipster Spock has confirmed that the emoji is working. The one emoji we have. I guess I'm going to have somebody drop some emojis for us here. I bet Stupendous has a stupendous emoji we could work. Add into the thing. Just a little soy face we could probably put in there. Only 99 cents a month to be a channel member. That is correct because I feel weird having memberships anyway. It's like I'm not an artist. I'm not a creator. So I don't have like hey, you can get my frog. I'll give you a different frog trading card every 2 months for like $5 a month. I'm like,
no, but don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Just add extra stickers and like add little things to the chat and things they can do.
I do. Everybody who becomes a member, I do send out a holofoil sticker and a keychain. And it's for 99 cents. I spend $4.95 on postage. I haven't figured that one out yet. It's counterintuitive to me, but we're doing it anyway. So we're looking at some of the characters here. Now, I did read the digital on this one, and I'm trying to figure out what kind of critters they are, because they don't seem to be really swimmers, even though they have flippers and they're buoyant because they're in water. Is that the case, or are they?
They still have lungs, and they use underwater caves, with air pockets to breathe. But they have a very efficient way of the kind of way that whales would be breathing.
So they're amphibians.
Yes.
Although whales aren't amphibians, but they still have.
I don't know. They're fully aquatic creatures that still have to breathe proper air once every so often.
So they have to find a place to take a breath every now and then. And you said they're getting these from underground caves. So is the surface an option?
It is, but they like being far and deep into the ocean. So
they're deep down in the dark of the trenches. And this is the core. This is the cover here. This is very nice. And this is your main character Calais, or is that the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that is the main character Calais with the inner rituals scene in the background.
Yeah, and the inner rituals is sort of like the Harry Potter sorting hat. It's going to determine the path of your life. And I'm curious to see what that is, because I know that your world has a very scientific origin, and to see the mysticism that rises up around these scientific events by the life forms who don't understand it, because it's science beyond them. So it's mysticism.
They would define it as magic. It really is not magic.
Yeah, it's like, if you through your cell phone unlocked into the 1800s, and somebody can just say, I can ask this thing anything, and whatever it knows, it will send back. And he's like, there's a genie in the box. That's the only way to explain it, because science possibly could not create something like this. Now, who did your cover here?
So that's a fun little thing. I myself did the pencils, and I inked it myself.
Well, then the answer is
first. But then Rich Perrotta, a really good art friend of mine that you know, offered to ink it as well. Exactly. So there is his version.
Well, let's get you a bigger screen here.
Which is A4.
Oh my God. Yeah, that is.
And then there is my version. And so I did a poll on Twitter before we launched on which one people would prefer to see on the actual print. And his won by a landslide, because he is just the most amazing inker.
He truly is. I mean, his stuff on Incontesty.
Yeah, it's.
I can't wait to see that one. And he's going to be launching with us for number 2. Oh,
this book.
Yeah, yes, you've got it.
Oh yeah, I'm even better. I'm in the book. Hold on.
You're in Incontesty too. So there we go. Look at that. Yeah, gorgeous stuff. I can't wait to get my copy of that one. It's BAP2's in the chat. Welcome, BAP.
Welcome.
Hope things are going well for you, my friend. It's been a while, and we're still here. And we're still here for you. So don't be a stranger. Now you have an alternate cover, and I believe that is this one here, the purple variant by Nina Daisy Aberline, who is the name of her book escapes me now. Oh, it's going to be horrible.
Blossom.
Yes, Sunrise Blossom.
And she is in demand right now. Go check her book out as well. She's got a big book, 220 plus pages.
Yeah, and she got funded, so excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Glad to hear that. Definitely a different take on Calais here. It's a little bit more purplish. And of course, on your world, notice, folks, that there are no reds and no yellows. And you have an explanation for that, this whole color palette that drives everything on your worlds.
So the core only gives off blue light. So anything that is red or yellow will either turn to purplish at most, and yellow just, it doesn't get around. It doesn't exist as a color in this world. So you're going to see a lot of vibrant greens, blues, purples, grays. And I let my colorist be a little more easy on it when doing this one, because underwater light frequencies tend to dial down. So there's a little more red, and she's put in some magentas and everything. And it just makes everything so much more bright and vibrant. It's wonderful to see her do her full potential.
You've got to get away from the light to see the extra colors.
Then we got another variant by Rich Perrotta, and that is sadly a work in progress. He finished the inks 2 days ago. I haven't gotten them back from him yet. But it's going to be a black and white cover. because his inks, let's be honest, are that amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll update it once I got it in myself.
All right. And here we get to some of the internal artwork here. I'm working my head around color theory because I'm like, under a blue light, what color comes out black? And I know it's not just black, but no, this was like an Encyclopedia Brown mystery thing. I remember from when I was a kid. It's like, the guy was wearing like infrared glasses and he saw the red ball, and Encyclopedia said, "You're lying." Oh no, I remember it was like they had green Christmas lights hung up against the green Christmas lights were hung up in the backyard, and he said he saw the red ball by the green Christmas lights, and Encyclopedia Brown's like, "You're lying. Under a green light, red comes out black because they're chromatic opposites."
Yeah.
So blue, chromatic. There's no orange. Orange turns black.
Yes.
So if they ever turn the lights on, a lot of orange might pop up where you're like, that was in the dark. Now, this undersea life, of course, is a very diverse biosphere as well. I mean, there's not just the, and I don't even know the race of people that Calais belongs to.
Missyus.
The Missyus. Okay. And that's plural. Missyus.
No,
Missyuses? Missyi?
Missy I probably. I don't know. I'll ask my writer.
there you go. Yeah, you're just the behind the scenes guy. Sure. Okay. But you do have all these other little aquatic creatures that maybe aren't sentient. They're just sort of like, like
they're
birds
background
and squirrels.
creatures and filler,
Yeah.
They do have their own descriptions and everything, but they're not the focus of the story, so I'm not going to go fully into them.
Again, no reason to world build.
Yeah.
You're putting a lot of preview pages on here because you're putting them 2 by 2, which saves on the scrolling. So thank you by that. And this is the inner talent ritual, where when a creature from the Missyus becomes of age, they're put on their path. Very much like Octaz was in his book. This is where you're given your purpose. Now go fulfill your purpose. A very caste-like system. Makes one wonder if these things aren't related somehow by something, like if there's some underlying genetic coding that says you all have purpose, find this purpose and do this purpose. Or maybe not. I'm not
going to go into that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure either.
Okay. That's the best time, though, when it reveals itself to the writer as you go along. This was the page that I did email you back. I was like, what's going on here? I don't get why this is a problem. Because he's getting ready to go across this chasm, and he's closing his eyes, like, will I make it? I'm like, you're swimming. Of course you'll make it.
Well, no, not that one. What you're talking about is later in the issue, because they're not very buoyant. So they pretty much just glide over the seafloor for the most part. So they'll have enough muscle mass to be able to lift themselves up. But if they don't pay attention, then they're just gonna bop down to the seafloor.
That makes perfect sense. I mean, you and I and birds, we're all swimming through this sea of air, but the birds can go higher and we're stuck, at the bottom level walking around on it. So, okay, I get that. So this is is this then the ritual chamber here that he's in?
Yes.
I was going to guess that because I'm looking down the chasm and I see a fan. I see something mechanical that's causing stuff to happen. And again, this goes back to the whole thing where, Cora was a construct that went kerblooey, and now life has formed on it. And it's all different kinds of life. I love the variety, the diversity, as some might say.
Yeah, just a bit. But those are big words.
Yes. That not everybody understands.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the chat does. I'm giving credit to the chat here. They know.
if we go to the top here, you have 19 backers and $2,100.
Yeah, no,
Which,
we're at 20 now. So I'm gonna unlock the first backer goal
wait a
after
second.
we are done streaming. Yeah, you'll
20?
have to refresh.
I have to
Yeah.
refresh? You realize what this means now, don't you?
Everyone is getting a free extra print, and I am happy to give it to them. And if you back issue 3, then you know that I don't go for the flimsy little poster that you'll rip apart by opening your package. No, these are going to be proper thick prints,
Yes.
that'll last.
Now, is the book A4 or is it American
Yes.
Comic Price? Okay,
No,
the book is A4. Okay, just making sure because I want to make sure I get the right mailers. It's not gonna fit in a Gemini mailer. It's gonna have to be put in an A4 mailer. So I will make sure I have those on hand. But more importantly, this went up by 1 while you were on our stream, which means that it's time for our shake and bake moment.
It's shake and bake, and I help. It's shake and bake, and I help.
If any of our viewers ever helps get something funded, we play the shake and bake moment.
Nice.
So they've unlocked 2-inch patches.
Yes. That was last night on Red Valkyrie, of course.
I was gonna say I sense the influence of Red Valkyrie in this. Shay has.
She knew a guy, but when it comes down to it, it's easier for me to print them here and make sure that I get the quality I want without having to wait for weeks. So I found a really decent one, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, and I was watching the stream, and she did cosplay of your character. I thought that was how she put that together so quickly and so well done.
Hold on, let me find it. There we go.
Oh, so you have a screen print of it or something?
There we go. She was cosplaying this little guy.
Yeah.
Bruin, the main character of issue 2.
Okay, so she had time to put that one together.
Yeah, it wasn't all that hard. She just makes wonderful cosplays. I love it when she does that.
Now Stupendous is offering me shipping advice here. He said that rolled tubes are cheap to buy too. So we will see. Yes, I will talk to Lunga about that. But you might want to mail this flat. It's all up to you. If it's A4, if it were bigger than A4, then I'd say yeah, we'll try to roll them and put them in tubes. But A4, the book is going to be A4 anyway. Everything can kind of be pressed flat that way.
Yeah, I prefer flat in any case for my comics because like original art in a tube is better because tubes tend to not be as broken while shipping as top loaders. But when it comes to comics, I put them in proper shipping boxes if I can help it.
We would always mail the comics flat. He was talking about the print. If you wanted to put the print in like a rolled tube.
Oh yeah, no, the print is the same size as the comic.
Yeah,
so it's just going to be extra backboard.
And here in the States, we hire talented people to work for our postal service. Some of them will find a way to make an A4 box fit in your mailbox. It's going to happen.
Yep. I have seen it happen to some of my previous backers, and I'm so sorry for them. Like nothing got broken, nothing got bent really badly. But even last week, the original pencils for Rich Parada's variant cover, he sent them to me because I have an A3 scanner and he doesn't. So I was like, yeah, send it over. And they folded it, even though it was backboarded, tripled, and shoved it in my mailer.
I swear to God, you could put it between 2 steel plates, and they've got loose
and
original.
they will bend it. Yeah, I know.
Nobody cares about shipping but me.
Nobody cares about shipping as soon as it leaves the actual creator's home, apparently. Yeah. And it's horrifying.
Once we get space folding hover vehicles. I will personally hand deliver every single book. Take it. I got to go.
Click next
I may
person.
charge a little bit more then.
Fair. You got to keep those things running and all.
So we're halfway now. The halfway point to getting the bookmarks for Life on Cora 4.
And that's not what you're seeing on the thing right now. That was actually the bookmark Rebecca reward from last campaign.
Right.
What I'm going to do is put the Messias, a custom piece of art of the Messias on the front of Calais. And on the back, I'm going to add a little more fluff text when it comes to their society and everything. So it's going to be a little more extra in-depth world building.
Okay. I'm glad you said that, because I had it. I just got flashed with an idea 4 issues too late. Because I'm looking at the bookmarks, I'm like, it would be cool. And when I go down this path, Mike Jimmy, I'm like spending your money on other things. But if like the bookmark was just like what we're seeing here, it's like a strip of the world or the environment that this issue is in, but on the back was like just a piece of something. And as the bookmarks came in, you could put them together, and they made, the Life on Cora logo, sort of like the spines of books do when you get a whole set of them.
That would be cool. Yeah,
So,
I can do that.
You got all 5 of the bookmarks, you put them together, it says Life on Cora logo with like the planet, the whole, thing underneath of it. But then you flip them around, and they're like a little slice of each one. They don't.
That would be cool, yeah.
Puzzle bookmarks. Puzzle bookmarks. No one's doing puzzle bookmarks.
Yeah, no, good one. I like that.
And you got to keep getting every book to get the next piece of the puzzle. You don't get them all in one shot like everybody else is doing with their cards or puzzle cards. Like here, it's like, well, great, it's a puzzle. It's 6 pieces. I put it together. I'm a genius. It's the chase. The chase is what matters.
It says 4 to 6 years. Haha, I managed to get it done in 2 months.
Yes. Oh, and I'm very happy about it. 60 backers. We're going to get 4 extra pages in the book.
Yep.
So how does that work? When you promised 4 extra pages, did you cut out 4 pages, or are you going to expand?
No. These are expanding. Like this is going to be a look into the encyclopedia that I'm planning to do of Cora. So you would get concept art of the creatures, but also concept art of environments that didn't come to light before, because I only use them as reference. But yeah, I got quite a lot of extra stuff and fluff that I could put in no problem, but per copy it would go up. So
sure. Now, this character here, this isn't that is not what I cut. Where's my picture here? Because obviously I played around with cutting things out, and yeah, right there, how I kind of took all his background away to put him on the little back, the card there. I was like, that would make a nice little Life on Cora die cut sticker.
Yeah. But I got a different plan for the stickers anyway. So
good. You got a plan for stickers. That's all I need to know. There is a plan. And then this is the plushie, $4,500.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is
$4,500 worth 21.
Well, that is besides the 5 plushies that I'm going to make.
So we got to get $2,400 more.
Yes.
Okay. So, and this is now this is Atzi.
Yes.
So this is not Calais, because your characters are so alien looking that I've got to is that the same character from a different angle? No, it's not. This got wings. This is book 1.
Yes, this is book 1. This is the main character of book 1, and I was already talking to a manufacturer about getting these made, because cons are starting up, and I know they would sell. And so I was like, you know what? I can add them to the campaign, but I'm gonna do it with a little more
make it
time
rewarding
for myself. Yeah.
Yes, make it worth the effort. So here are all the tiers. I don't have to scroll through that right side now and read them all in. €4, you're going to get the digital. That is super cheap. €10, you're going to get all 4 of them. And we went through this while you were answering the door. This was $3 US per each. So
Yeah.
You don't get a PDF copy of any book for $3 US on a campaign. Pretty much $12 is going to get you the physical copy of the main cover. For €15, you're going to get a physical copy of the variant cover. Now, is that either? Obviously, it's going to be either this one or this one, whichever you choose, right?
Yes. Yes.
So you get the Nina cover or the Rich Parada cover. And then you can get also issues 1 through 4 in physical copies for only €30.
Yeah, that's a nice little discount. It would be 34 and
and for €35 you can get all 4 of them with one of the variant covers. No variant covers being offered on 1 through 3. Are you all out of the variant covers?
no, I'm not, but those were exclusive to the campaign. So the couple I got left are going to be, my little giveaways, one here and there, but that's it. And maybe if you back and, I got a variant from Life of Cora 3 still in there and you got the catch-up tier, I might just slide in one extra.
That would be the Silver Surfer.
That would be the Silver Surfer or the Pebbles in Peril. Hold on, let me grab them for you so you can actually see what I'm talking about. There we go.
And welcome to the chat, Mr. Yanafui. Always glad to have your wisdom with us here.
There
Let me
we go.
give you full screen. Full screen coming up.
So this is the Stone Server variant, which obviously is a Silver Server 1 homage.
Yeah.
But the point is, it does have something to do with the book. I wouldn't have made an homage if it wasn't, part of the book. It's not, oh, look, it's just an homage to. And then there's the second variant, which is the Pebbles in Peril.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
And each of these are only 50 made. So only 50 of those have been made. And that's all there's going to be printed of them.
That's a very high level of rarity. So there was no impetus to do like an Aquaman #1 homage or a Namor #1 homage with this,
because it's not part of the book. Like it has to have something to do with the book. I would not have made an homage if it wasn't for it being in the book.
and that's true. The he does do a little bit of surfing on that stone shield in the book. At 60 €60, you get the okay. Help me out here. You're getting the
A4 black and white,
and the main book.
Yes.
Okay. All this A4 business, A4, A3.
If you scrolled up 1 because you actually missed it.
I missed it.
Yes.
Oh,
you can get an original page from the comic by your own preference. So once you if you back this tier, I will send you a PDF with all the black and white pages, and you can pick and choose which ones are left.
Okay. And you're doing this for all the pages in the book, so
yes,
it's limited to what, 32?
30.
30? Okay. Original art is the original art drawn on A4 or is that
A3? So it's big. Like it's double the size of the comic.
Okay. That's gonna be fun to ship. We'll roll that. That would be a lot of fun. This is also A3. For the €60, you got the A4 black and white commission. And this is, drawn by Mike Jimmy, Lortia Bruin. I hope I got that right.
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough. And then for €100, you get an A3 commission. Now, this is not anything from Life on Cora. This looks like a girl named Cora, but
This is a fan art piece I did for Richard Boom with the Sisterhood series. He and I are pretty good friends, and we talk a lot. And he was like, "Yeah, would you like to do commission slots on my campaign for the newest Sisterhood?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he was like, "Draw me a mummy." Like, sure, I'll do that. So this is a mummy girl that came from that.
Gotcha. Now, this is, of course, just an example of, your artwork. The being a commission, people will be able to say, "Hey, can you draw me this? Can you draw me that?"
Yes, I'm fine with anything. Nothing is too weird.
Cool. You should have led with that. We'd be at 5,000 by now. And then for 200 euros, I'm guessing there's no book involved here. This is just the original cover art, right?
Oh no, you get the books.
You get the book too. Okay. Always good to ask, because sometimes, I go with literally what's written there, and
Yeah. But yeah, you get. I think you even get 1 through 4, so you get the entire series as well.
That would be a very good bonus thing. Mr. Yanafui thinks that you sound like Stupendus's online persona of Soy Rage. He's like, get him to scream, saying yes, yes, because that's what Soy Rage does.
Yes, yes. I don't know. Does that work?
It's kind of sort of there. I think so. and Genuine Comics has just said nothing is too weird. Can we put that to the test?
Mate, you have no fucking clue.
Okay, so how many pages of that Fetish A to Z book did you help Krista with?
Only 6.
Only 6. Okay, well there we go.
No, I have no idea what that is.
Oh, that's very, very.
I can figure it out from the title, but
yeah.
I've never seen it.
It's a real crowdfunder. It's actually an add-on to her crowdfunder for lore. So for the 200 euros, you're getting the original cover art from Rich Parada. And for 200 euros, you can get the original cover art by Mike Jimmy himself.
Yes.
So because there were 2 covers created, 300 euros.
Now this is a fun one.
Okay.
We will take you aside and make an original creature with you for the series, and it will appear. It will be canon, and it's gonna be completely in there.
That will be cool. You get to build a creature and its whole ecosystem, how it works and how it functions. I like that. Because this is sort of like the be drawn into the comic tier, except that you can't be drawn into the comic because there are no human beings, unless you're some sort of an alien who's watching crowdfunding and
hey, that's your thing. I mean,
yeah. And for 1,000, you can really work with your character. I'm taking.
And that is why we're so high right now, because that got taken within the first 3 hours.
So wait a second. Somebody took the creative new life.
Someone took that. That was
they didn't take the original creature.
No, because I said, and I'm going to say it here as well. I'm sorry, it's no longer available. There was only 1 spot for that. You could create either a creature of your own, or take one of the creatures already in the series, and we would make a complete book from that. And we would publish it completely like an actual issue. It would actually be canon as well.
Okay.
So, it's...
Because you're going to work with they're going to work with the team. They're not just going to throw something in there that just flies in the face of everything that Cora stands for just because they paid for this tier. So that's going to help make it stay canon. And you do have the add-ons here. You get
just a couple.
Extra copies of 1, 2, or 3.
And I forgot to put in the sticker set, but there is a main character sticker set. That
that's the thing with stickers you were telling me about. Okay.
Yes.
And here, the fine people who brought this all together. Mike Jimmy de Bruin. He sounds familiar. I think that's him. Then your colorist, Aristine.
Aristine, she just does the best job.
And then the writer, Kimberly Kovac.
Yes.
So you obviously have to work hand in hand with her quite a bit because this is your world, and you got to make sure that she's.
The way we do it is that she will send me a story idea and a creature description if it's a new creature, and I will go over that, and then I'll look at her story idea because she writes that under that as well, and I'll edit little things. Like I'm mainly the editor for my writers. That's it.
Yeah.
Like I give them pretty much full creative freedom, and the same for my colorist. Like I don't give her any creative guidance whatsoever either.
No, you just text out the colors that she can't use and said work with everything else, and you're good to go.
Yes, exactly, and it's worked every single time on every single page, and it still makes my jaw drop.
Yeah, there's just really good stuff.
Once I greenlight the idea and the story synopsis, they start working on the script, and it just works out amazingly. Because yes, there are limits to what they can do within the world, but I will not stop them in creating something, and I would rather have them make a first draft and make 4 or 5 drafts of the script afterwards, than immediately go, no, that wouldn't work.
No, you just make it work.
Exactly.
Because right now the world is still in development, so who's to say what can or can't. You haven't even gotten off the first continent yet. We don't know what's
exactly.
places. and I hadn't realized that until you had said that. I was like, we're on book 4. I had assumed we were jumping a continent each time,
No.
And I was like, you're going to have to come back to the same place here eventually, pretty soon. But we're still on continent 1. We're 4 books in. You can go a long time before we see any repeated environments. Now, the story arc of everything. So
there isn't.
There is no arc.
There is no arc, and that's not the point behind all these books. The point behind these books is to create a world with the reader, and so there is going to be like a 2-issue miniseries. But you could still read either of them completely separately and know exactly what's going on. And I want to keep in that, like, every single issue needs to be able to stand on its own as much as it fits within the world.
Yes.
But, time progresses, of course, and you're going to see little things that happened in previous issues in the background. But for the most part, no, there's no big character arcs. There's no gigantic hero's journey. It's I want easy things that you can both read with your kids or read at different levels where as yourself, as a grown-up, as someone who just likes comics.
So with that kind of a setup, then the reader may be able to put together all the different clues about Cora to the point where the reader can say, I know what this is and I know what happened, and still none of the characters in the world know because they only know the piece that they know.
Exactly.
I'm digging it, and I'm wondering how far away the role-playing game is.
As soon as someone is willing to pull in time that I will not be able to put in, then I'll happily hear them on it.
Because this has RPG written all over it. It's a world. It's a diverse world. Once you have a way of getting people from here to there.
Stupendous. Really quickly on your question.
Yeah, I was getting ready to pull that up.
I will put it in a private chat. You can get them at my website, and that is fairies.com.
I'll pull it out of the private chat and I will put it in the main chat because I can.
And you can find everything there. What we've published already. We got Over a Coffee, My Cup of Tea, Infinite Guardian issue 1 and 2. There's My Demon Named Mike. There is A Flying Tusker, which is both a book and a comic. So if you want a little more in-depth view of the Love and Cora 2, then that is definitely a good place to grab it. What else we got? We got Flying Words, a writer's anthology with 11 wonderful writers that each did a 6,000 to 10,000 word story. And yeah, we published quite a lot already.
Very cool. Now, this being the 4th Cora book, you have to be eyeing a trade paperback collection pretty soon here.
Yes, but not yet.
Okay.
I'm not even started on Love and Cora 5 yet. So I only finished Love and Cora 4 on the pencils and inks last week. And so I haven't gotten the time yet to edit my writer's stuff on Love and Cora 5 yet.
And I don't know if your trade paperback wants to be 4 issues or 6 issues or the full 12 issues.
I was thinking of 5 each.
Okay.
So, but I want to make Love and Cora bi-monthly as well. So every 2 months, get a new issue out.
Very cool. Very cool idea. Lofty goal. And by the way, that can be done, even in crowdfunding. Now, I haven't seen bi-monthly, but I have seen quarterly every 3 months.
Oh yeah.
Miskatonic High is on Kickstarter, and they've been putting out one regularly every 3 months, up through their 11th and 12th issue that they just started kickstarting. So
no, exactly, and I know I will be able to as soon as I will be able to sustain myself on the conventions that I normally go to.
Yeah, conventions hurt us all.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting, I think, and I wish I could be a fly on the wall for some of these to be some of these indie creators that have been crowdfunding during all of this quarantine, to see what the reaction to them is going to be at conventions, because I just think it's going to be different. It's going to be different for them than it's going to be for the folks who work for the Marvel and DCs of the world, because for them it's like, you were gone for a year, but you still made comics, now you're back. You guys are going to be like, oh man, I've been following you guys on YouTube. I can't believe you're here now. Finally get to meet you.
Stupendous, yes, people can get it cheaper on the website. And the reason is that on the website, I'm no longer crowdfunding. I'm no longer trying to get this book published. So yes, you're paying €1 more on the crowdfunder, but you will also be the very, very first person to see it. So Love and Cora 4 is not available as pre-order yet on my website either.
So you get the advantage of first in line going through.
Yes.
Plus you get the stretch goal stuff, which is not going to be part of anything that you buy on the store. So
and for $3 each, still you get the catch-up tier on the crowdfunder itself. So it comes down to the same price. Pretty much.
Yeah, it's PDF. So
yeah,
only $3 for the books if you get them on the catch-up tier. So yeah, get the whole thing. Oh, he's looking at Infinite Guardians. You got a bunch of other books out here that I don't even know about yet. So I've got to dig through your discography. And
Infinite Guardian is on hold for now because Love and Cora is taking so much of my time. It's being written by Justin C. Legends, and I'm the one drawing it as well. But I have not been able to push myself to get issue 3 done, and quite frankly, I might have to pull the plug on that in the first place.
Oh.
Because it's not profitable for me for the amount of time that a single page takes.
Yeah.
And it's not worth my time anymore. And it's a very, very long series that, he's got volumes scripted out of like 8 or 9 chapters of 30 to 40 pages each. And with the way that I like to work, I really like the standalone stories of 32 pages, and that's why I'm so reluctant to get back to it, because it doesn't hold me. It doesn't give me enough new things constantly like Life on Cora does.
Yeah. So that writer may have to find a different artist to make that project come to life. So,
It's just too big. That's the thing. You know, it's too big a risk of me with the time it takes.
Well, you've got your hands full with Life on Cora anyway, because as I've said, you've been found and people are coming in and checking out this campaign now. 28 days left. Are you going to go into a second 30, or are you just going to go straight in demand after that?
I'm going to go straight in demand.
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, there's no point in going another 30 days.
The thing is too, like, I want to fulfill in August. So if I would add another 30 days, with the 30 days, it ends mid-June, July.
Right.
And so I'll be able to get the funds in time, get the comics printed, and fulfill halfway through August.
We're ready. We'll be here.
So, like, I want to be able to keep going and you know, push myself onto the next one. It's going to go straight in demand. It's going to be in demand for a while. It's going to be in demand until I announce Live on Cora 5, pretty much. And even then still, because I got to promote it.
Sure.
But yeah, it's the 30 days is enough for me.
Yeah. Obviously, 2 days. 2 days is apparently enough to get funded.
Oh, but, my God, yeah.
Let's yeah. It just crossed the 2-day mark too, by the way, because it was 29 days when I looked at this earlier, I think, and we've refreshed and gotten to 28 days. So 48 hours have passed, 348% of the goal. Let's 5 figures, young lady. Let's get there. Let's push this thing into the 5-figure mark. That would be a huge win.
If we manage to get that far, and, you know, I'm going to have the plushies coming up, like, I'm working on the prototype. Once I got a decent prototype that I'm happy with, willing to you know, sell to people, it will be on there as well. It's not going to be cheap, because they're going to be completely exclusive and created by me. So they're going to be handcrafted, and every single one of them is going to be unique.
That's going to be cool. I don't know how we're going to ship those, but we'll figure it out.
They're about 10 inches and like 2.5. Oh. Yeah, 2.5 inches thick.
Squish them into an
just you know, smack.
All right. Well, Mike Jimmy, that's not an American thing to say. Mike Jimmy. It's hard for me to get that out. It's like either Mike or Jimmy, but
either is fine too.
I'm so glad you had the opportunity to come on the show today.
Thank you.
Always love to have you back on, and hope that we will have you on again soon. Before 28 days is up, I want to be here for the wrap up on this one, just to see how far long it gets here.
Oh yeah, no, just hit me up and I'll be there. You know that.
We'll do that. And we'll try to do it again on an afternoon, so you know it's not like 2 a.m. on your end.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, because it's not like you got to stay up and push the thing now. you can relax.
Oh, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push this thing until there's no tomorrow.
Push the thing until the head grounds.
Yes, because like I'm gonna have to be on Monday Madness with Pops. Sure. On that's 5 a.m. for me. Luckily, I am a mover, and my side job is being a mover, so then my alarm goes off at 4:30 anyway.
Oh, well, then you're up. You're up and ready.
So I'll be up. I won't be awake. I'll be sipping my coffee going, but I'll be there.
Are you going to be on CromCon this month?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
I wouldn't miss it for the life of me. You know that.
We got the last hour of the last day of CromCon, so we'll see you whenever you get slotted in there and talk to you then.
I'm usually asleep at that point.
Yeah. All right. Everyone in the chat, appreciate you guys being here. As I always say, we don't have a show without you. Would appreciate if you would click that share button to share this video with your friends, so that they can see not me, but Mike Jimmy and the talent that he's put into this work and back it. So, you know,
And guys,
it's never for
if
me,
you
it's all
can't
for the
back
guest.
it, if you can't back it, sharing a quick tweet, sharing it on Facebook, just sharing the link with your friends. You know, you talked about being in a furry Discord server, Stupendous. You know, if you want to share the link for me there, that would mean the world to me. That alone gets more eyes on the project, meaning that it will be easier for me to you know, get even further and get people even more quality for their support.
So share, and then share it again. It costs you nothing to do any of that stuff. So, and as always, folks, we just hope that when you came here, you had a blast. I won't say goodnight because it's still sun shining out here.